everyone, I am back. So, hobbies. When I was younger, my hobbies were writing. I was a ferocious writer. My imagination was just. I was writing stories after stories after stories, especially when I was in high school. And one of my friends said to me, I thought you would have published something already. And I was like, shame. Ashamed of myself. I really should have had something published, or at least attempted to have something published. And I said when we come back to Japan, we are going to get back into writing, get back into reading, blah blah blah. Yeah, I've been here 6 months now, 7 months now. I have my books. I have lots of books. Some of them I left in Jamaica because I have a collection of books and I have not really engaged in reading. So I have some books that I should be reading. I haven't. I started one. It's really interesting, but for me, it's a collection by, I forget the name of the author, but he wrote Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, and there are several stories that are connected to each other, and they're really interesting. But I'm not reading, so I want to get back into reading. So let me get to what I wanted to ask. What are some hobbies you had as a child that you really loved? Do you still have those hobbies? And if you don't, do you have some of those childhood hobbies that you'd like to rekindle? And have you been able to do that? Or are you still working on it? Some of my hobbies, as I said, were reading, writing, gardening, cooking. What else? Oh, it's not a lot. I thought I had more. So my hobbies that I still engage in, I still do the cooking. I love that. Well, that's almost like a necessity, right? The cooking, gardening, I do that too. That's very relaxing. What would be nice is if I could sit on my balcony, read a book in my garden. I'm gonna really try to get back to that because it does engage the mind, and I spend way too much time looking at a screen. It's kind of easy to just turn on the TV or the computer, watch the news, watch a movie or something, and just, yeah. I don't have to engage my brain, but I feel like my brain is turning to mush. So I've got to get back to that. Yeah. I used to do more entertaining at home, but now that I'm back in Japan and I haven't fully furnished my apartment, it's kind of, it's hard to entertain people. And I'm tired, so entertaining means I have to cook. So we'll see what's gonna happen. I need to make a change. Gonna make a change for once in my life. I have a terrible voice. So, what are your plans? Do you plan to, or do you hope to rekindle some of your hobbies? Why do you want to do that? The reason I want to go back into my hobbies, especially reading, is that I think they were hobbies that allowed me to engage my brain, learn something new, be entertained by something that wasn't passive, use my imagination. Maybe if I were reading more, I'd have more inspiration to write. I want to write, but I'm like, what am I going to write about? There's certain things, certain topics I want to write about, write about, but sorry, I'm tired and I need to rest. I was never a kid who enjoyed sleeping, believe me. I did not do that a lot. I was up late. So that is something that I've continued with. I think I'm a night person. Anyway, please let me know your childhood hobbies. Do you still engage in those hobbies? And hold on just a second. And if you don't, are there hobbies you want to go back to? Let me know. So as I was just thinking about that, I remembered another thing I wanted to mention was study Japanese. So one of the other things I said I was going to do when I returned was to study Japanese. I spent so many years here, started studying Japanese, fell out of love with Japan, and that meant fell out of love with studying Japanese. Well, there was never a love. It was a necessity. And I just got so busy that it just never happened, and I was able to survive without it. But I really want to be more committed to studying Japanese. The problem is I am busy, um, getting participating in some sort of class, like a regimented class or something like that. It's expensive. Like going to study Japanese at a school, it's expensive. Doing it online is also proving to be expensive, especially now. I can't afford that. My city, and it seems like a lot of cities have free classes or reduced price classes, but timing. One is available on the weekend. After my volunteer work, once I go home, I don't want to leave. And the class is not like it's not like the class is right after my volunteer work. It's a few hours after, so I don't really want to hang out outside. I don't want to do that. So I go home and then I'm like, I'm tired. I'm really tired. I do not want to. And it's not even walking distance from my place, so I have to drive. Then I found out there was another one that is a little closer, although it may be, the level might be lower than my Japanese level. It's much closer, but it's in the evening during the week after work. And I'm like, I am so tired at the end of the day that my brain does not want to do this. I want to go home, I want to have my dinner, I want to take a shower, and then I want to crawl into bed. And so I've been avoiding that one. I decided I don't want to do it or correspondence or online, so I decided to go back to Kumon. I used to study with them years ago when I was in Japan, but then I moved and I just never continued with it. Sorry, I couldn't tell that it was about to change, but there you go. So I've decided to take the course again, and it's not that expensive. It's like 10,000, a little over 10,000 a month, and you get, they send you documents. It's really old school. They send you some stuff to study from, and then you can have twice a month you have a teacher communicate with you, also go over your results and your answers and so forth. And they use Skype. Now that is sort of, I almost deleted Skype from my phone because I was like, I don't use that anymore. I really don't use Skype anymore. But they do that. So I'm going to go back with that. I may, when I can afford to, I may supplement that with maybe a twice a month online study. I want to prepare for my JLPT 3, level 3. Unless I'm told that my level should be higher, it's going to be JLPT 3. I would like to do 2, but I'm not quite sure if I'm ready for that. Or maybe I could be. It's hard work, right? It's not like I'm completely incompetent in Japanese, but I'm not proficient. So we'll see. I will be taking the course and see how that works out. I definitely would like to take the JLPT in December, and I'll decide on the level later on, especially after having started the lesson. So that's my plan. I will keep you guys up to date on that. I really need to be better at studying Japanese. It's ridiculous and embarrassing, to be honest. But I'm going to own up to it, and I'm going to study. Because I will not be going back to Jamaica or anywhere and say, oh, I've been in Japan for X years, plus the 11 years I was here. And then people are like, so you must know Japanese. And I can't say, yeah, I do. I have to be like, silence, fade into nothing. Yeah. Okay, so these are my goals. These are some of my goals that I've set for, when returning to Japan. I'm going to work on them. Do you have goals that you're working on? I'm working on some, actually, to be honest. Do you have goals that you're working on, and how is that going? Why have you set goals? I know I set mine to keep me, I can't remember that word. to have something to look forward to, so that I'm not just existing in Japan like I did before. And that got me bored, and I was like, what is my purpose here? Why am I here anymore? I need to go. Then when I left, I was like, why did I leave my Japan? I miss it so much. Come back. Rinse and repeat. No, I'm not doing that again. I'm not. I got really complacent living in Japan. It was very easy. There was a pattern, and I stuck to that pattern. And you know what? That pattern didn't really make me feel great about living here. You know, I'm not about saying I want to be successful financially. I want to be successful for me, and being successful for me, almost identity. Being successful for me is about achieving certain goals that improve my life. And improving my life, like I said, doesn't mean having financial, like being rich or anything like that. It has to do with the richness of my life. So, have I learned something? Am I contributing something? What improvements have I made? Have I made my life a little better by being able to communicate and access whatever I'm entitled to access? Am I helpful to others? There are things I want to work on. And stop being complacent. And then get upset when my complacency gives me exactly what complacency gives. Yeah. So let's end this with gratitude. It's a beautiful day. I think I'm going to try to do that. It's a beautiful day, as you can see. I'm going to do school, so that kind of breaks the monotony for the day. I have my lunch that I made, and it's healthy. Well, maybe not that healthy, but it's healthy. I reaped 2 pieces of things from my garden, which was one eggplant and 1 chili pepper. I have a garden on my balcony. I have good friends, a good support group, especially here in Japan. My cough is getting better, slowly. And today I have life at this moment. I'm not sure about health. Like I said, I don't know what's going on. I'm not saying that something is going on. I'm just like, I don't know what's going on because I haven't done a health check yet. And I am at this moment pleased. I don't want to say happy. I'm very pleased that I live in a country that I've always wanted to live in. I'm living a part of my dream. I'm living in a country I've always wanted to. Get out of my way! I have a job, and I have a roof over my head. Yeah, so that's it. I'm gonna end 13 minutes. I am so sorry. We're gonna end now. So I hope you guys also look at some positives in your life. Focus on the positives. It makes life a lot easier to deal with. Oh, he's gonna go surfing. It is a beautiful day for surfing. Maybe we're gonna have rain or something. So that's it. Take care, guys. Gots to go. Bye.